This is part two of the sit-down lesson of the prophecy updates as of February 19th, 2025 on this Wednesday afternoon. It says Lebanon presses for a full Israeli withdrawal as troops remain five in places from the global post. It says UK accuses influence Andrew Tate, urging US to stay away from case. It says a Sudan preliminary group RSF attacks White Nile state, killing hundreds of civilians. Right, that's Wars People World. NATO group signs a maintenance contract with the UAE for the Galway corvettes, whirlwind corvettes. If I pronounced that right. China rival eyes a 10 billion U.S. arms deal. Mark Carney vows to make more Canadian economy stronger than the U.S. Right, because those have been economic wars between Canada and the United States. Russia mocks U.S. with massive. It says Russia mocks U.S. with massive drone strike on Ukraine. Yeah, First Thessalonians 1, they shall say peace and safety, such Russia component. And that still shows you that Russia's still going to be in that warlike mindset. Ezekiel 38 verse 4. While the Russia-Ukraine situation is heating up, even though they've been had some progress talks between the representations of Russia and the representation of the United States as well too, as they had those talks as of yesterday. I believe they're going to continue to extend their talks as well too, of a potential to de-escalate the tensions. But in the meantime, you're still going to have the Russia-Ukraine situation is only going to heat up. As I add a side note to that, and this is a news article from Newsmax, published by Charlie McCarthy as of Wednesday, February 19th, 2025, 8:41 Eastern Standard Time, and it reads: Russia mocks U.S. with massive drone strike on Ukraine. Russian. It says a Russian drone attack hours after peace talks in Saudi Arabia shows Moscow is mocking the U.S. Drones fired by President Vladimir Putin's focus caused the widespread power cuts in the Black Sea port Odessa, leaving most of its residents without power, water, or heat. It says on Tuesday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and other city officials met in Saudi Arabia to discuss important ties and negotiations and the end to the war in Ukraine. The open source intelligence monitor account on X condemns Russia's latest attack less than 24 hours after this morning's negotiation between the U.S. and Russia officials in Saudi Arabia. Russia tonight launched one of the largest drone attacks in recent months against Odessa and other cities across Ukraine, with over 150 Iranian-produced drones targeting energy infrastructure and other Ukrainian sensitive sites that are mocking U.S. The OSINT Defender posts Tuesday night on X. The Ukraine military says Wednesday Russia has launched 167 drones and 2 missiles during the overnight attacks. The Air Force shot down 106 drones and 56 more did not reach their targets, probably owing to electronic countermeasures, it said, without specifying what happened to the remaining 5 drones. The mayor of Odessa said that this city was hit by the strikes. Hospitals, clinics, and social infrastructure sites was left without heating. Mayor said wrote on Telegram messaging app describing the strike on Odessa as a massive. Odessa has been a frequent target of Russian attacks in nearly 3 years of the war, particularly facilities in 3 ports and around the city. It's the book of Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? Wars and rumors of wars between the Russia-Ukraine situation. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but that is not yet. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, while the Russia-Ukraine situation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. It's the book of Luke 21, the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. On the earth, the disgrace of nations will perplex and seize reservoir. Where we're going to be seeing an increasing of the disgrace of nations will perplex and seize reservoir, right along with the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. And upon the earth, the disgrace of nations will perplex and seize reservoir. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, in verse 15. It says, for the sword of destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. Right, we know the modern day sword as the modern day weapon. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, and many one another. They should not regard their kings and their princes, and of course, the action staying in power. Right, so citizens rise up against their leaders in power, and of course, the action staying in power due to the unrighteous decrees, which that's in Isaiah 10 and verse 1. And this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars, people will. Oh, 2nd Esdras 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars, people will. Right, increase of earthquakes and increase of uproars, people will, which we're seeing. So as it says again, Russia mocks U.S. with massive drone strike on Ukraine. Right, as we've been seeing, the Russia-Ukraine situation been intensifying within the last 3 years with the Russia-Ukraine war, which Russia look at that as a special military operation ever since invading Ukraine in 2022 and all the way to now. It says IRGC forces beat elderly mother and grandmother of Kurdish activists. Right, because we definitely been seeing the rising tensions between the Turkish, from the Turkish armies against the Kurdish armies as well too, especially over in Iraq and Syria. So that's what you call a nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It says China's Taiwan invasion could begin at any moment. Right, because I did a lesson on that yesterday. Russia is closing in on a key Ukrainian city. It says,